What was I going to say? Oh, I checked this out as well. I found the original design for my, the lotus flower that's on my stomach.
Yes. Oh shit.
That's the original one. That's the original, like, that's hand drawn.
Yeah, and then you added the smoke, right?
And then I added the text over the top, which is that. And I've extended that, and I had to curve it so it curved across my stomach. And then I added it's steam coming out of the lotus flower from when it opens up in the morning, and all the mist steam vapor comes out of it, and that's cutting through the writing.
You know, during the tattoo, you know, when you were designing that and thinking this is gonna look sick, you know, when it got to the steam bit, were you like, for fuck's sake, what was I thinking?
Mate, I tell you what, it was, if I didn't know, sorry, let me say that again. If I knew how that was gonna feel, or you probably feel the same about your ribs. Like, the thing is it's fucking awful, isn't it? There's like,
thinking about it.
And the thing is with tattooing, like, an hour most places is fine. A couple hours most places is fine. 3 hours in some places is still all right. But then there's a point where your adrenaline nosedives, and you no longer have that barrier between you and the pain. Like, I remember my back done. Like, my back took 8 hours. Yeah. And the guy that did it, Norm, he was working out of a studio on Melrose Avenue in Hollywood called Spotlight. And I think it was owned by a guy called Bob Roberts, who's like a bit of a tattoo legend. I've got a little funny story about him while I was getting that tattoo done, which I'll tell you in a second. So Norm was a graffiti artist. He was really fucking heavy-handed. He was this little dude with like full tattoos all up his face, big stretched earlobes, and all the way throughout the day, he had these shady people coming in to visit him because he was a graffiti artist, but he had a lot of different links as well. You know, and all these guys coming in. Not much was said. They just kind of come in and.
I'm about them people. I'm all about them people.
All nice guys. All appreciated the work I was having done. But anyway, the point is, the tattoo took 8 hours. He did almost 5 hours straight through, and then stopped to have a bit of food for about 30 minutes, and then just smashed out the rest of it. After the first 3 hours, I've got the shakes coming on. And I'm like, and my head was, I'm not a big fan of small tattoos. I like, if it's a big space, I want a big tattoo to fill it.
It needs to be artwork.
Right? Like the amount of fighters I see, and they've got this fucking tiny tattoo on their chest. And I'm like, that's your whole pec gone now.
Matt Linland, what are you doing, dude? What's your little snaky worm?
Is it Anthony Hamilton? I'm sure he's got 2 tiny tattoos, and he's got a fucking massive old chest as well. He's a big heavyweight. He's the freak.
Canvas. You're wasting canvas, man.
Absolutely. It's like opening a blank page of paper and drawing a line across like half. Yeah. It's just Anyway. So I'm having a big piece done, but I don't want to take too much time away from training, so I'm trying to get them done fast. And I also don't like unfinished tattoos. They drive me nuts. Yeah. So I'm trying to get this one done, smashed out quickly in one day, get it done, get it finished. Now just deal with the discomfort. Dude, I was like, that became almost psychedelic, that one. Like those last couple hours, I was just shaking. And I did the same. So my stomach I did over 2 days. Yeah. So I was in on the first day. I had the lotus done though. That was already done. I had that done a couple of weeks earlier, I think. That was already healed. But then I had all the lettering done. I had that done on one day. I went back the next day and had the steam put in.
See, the next day is always...
That was the worst because he's got the latex gloves on.
Yeah.
It was less about the tattoo, the needle. It was more about where he was dragging his glove across the tattoos from yesterday. Oh.
Or when they run... Tony's got this habit he used to have with me because he knew he was fucking with me because he's a good friend. So he used to get dry paper towel and wipe it. So I'd be asking, hit me with a bit of Vaseline, dude, or like spray it. And he's just like, yeah, well, in a minute. And, you know, because he's run out of the bit that's on the lollipop stick or whatever. I'm like, just a little bit. Because he started in his kitchen. So my whole goal at that point was get enough people to him so he had people to practice on. So the ribs came out of, that was always my idea to have ribs, but I had it at his house. And that went a little bit trippy because one of our mates, Rich Page, his daughter at the time was about, I don't know, 7 or 8. Like super, like interested in everything as a 7 or 8 year old is. And I'm lying in Tony's kitchen on a proper tattoo bed. It was all set up, but just in the back end of his kitchen. and Tony's doing my ribs, and this kid is in my face asking me a million questions. And Rich, because he thinks it's funny, is then poking me in the ribs, and Tony's just fucking. And the weird thing was, and I've had this since, when I know I've been tattooed for too long, I can start to feel individual beads of sweat.
Yeah.
Based on their own personality. And it's so I can feel it forming, I can feel it dripping, I can feel it falling, I can feel all the emotion this like one fucking sweat drop is doing. And I'm like, I've had enough now.
Yeah.
That will do.
Totally hear you. I know exactly what you're saying. 'Cause, like, same thing with my chest. When I had my chest done, and you know my chest piece, it's like it's like all the way up and across, down the center. So I was originally getting this done at a studio in London, and there was a tattoo artist was coming over and doing a guest spot. But he was coming over from Brazil. Fred Oliveira is an amazing artist, and I love his style as well. So when I found out he was coming over to London, I'm like book me in. Like, what can you do? Can you do me 2 days? Let me get my whole chest done by you. Because I had this concept designed out. I had an idea of what I wanted. And I know I wanted him to do it. So I'm like, okay, 2 days, let's get it sorted out. I was booked in, organized, and then he had to cancel the London trip. So he was only now going to be in Copenhagen. So I'm like, Copenhagen's a short flight, still worth doing. So I went over and did the 2 days there. So I'm literally just in the town for the tattoo. I spent all day, both days at the studio, mate. And what was worse is he'd finished the design and he'd laid it all out, so make sure it fit on correctly. Then he did one of the wolves.
Completely.
That took just over 5 hours. So then I left the tattoo studio and walked back to the hotel I was staying in, lay down in the bed, and all of a sudden it dawned on me that I got to go back the next day and have the same thing done again on the other side and the fucking middle.
Yeah.
Ugh.
It's when your brain. The problem is you're already looking at your watch within the first hour of being there, thinking it's got to be 3 hours. That's easy. 3.5 hours. Easy. Maybe 4. I would look at it because the thing is, when you can't always see what they're doing, it's kind of a bit better because you can feel it. But the thing is, my body sometimes plays tricks because I've had it before where I've been tattooed like here, and here's burning.
Yeah.
So I can't tell. Genuinely can't tell if he's tattooed because mine goes all the way down. I can't tell where he is, and I'm like, I'm sure he's done my neck. I'm sure that bit's finished, and then I'm like almost getting nervous to turn and look, and you know when you get that cramp, like this side of your neck has got cramp from just watching. Oh,
yeah.
But yeah, my big problem at the minute is I still need to get Libby this side. So I've got Millie this side, and I mean she's 12 in a few days. And Libby's now way more than old enough to read. And the amount of times she keeps asking me, and it's like, almost like she's questioning my fucking, like, my manhood. Yeah. My love for her. Yeah. So, like, do you actually love me, Daddy? Because I'm just going to Sharpie it in every morning, like 51st dates.
Mate, I'd take that over a fucking rib tattoo. I'd even pay for the Sharpies.
Mate, the worst bit was Tony was learning his craft when he started this. So I used to go and see him when he wasn't tattooing one of the other people I'd farmed into him. So I'm lying there and he was like, oh, we need to do your ribs. And it would be literally, I would drop him off from work and he'd be like, do you fancy an hour? I'm like, it's never an hour, but fair enough, let's do it. And when I lift my top up, he'd say, oh, this line work's horrible. I've got way better since then. Let me do it again. So the 6 hours that he's done rough, he's now going over the top of for another 6 hours for me to get home and only have the same amount finished. Do you know what I mean? It looks better, but it's only the... Oh, man. And I'm like, bro, just finish it. Just colour it in.
Mate, I've had this unfinished tiger on my leg for I don't know how long. I literally don't know how long. It must be 7 years now. And the thing is, I've been back to Vegas a few times where Robert Foe's tattoo studio is, but he's now moved to Hawaii. So now I have to make a special separate trip out to Hawaii to get it finished. And the truth is, I don't want to get it. It was way more painful than I was expecting. Way more painful. And I was surprised as well because I thought, it's just, it's a big area. It's like an arm. Like arms aren't too bad.
No.
Like, there are a couple of spots on arms which are bad. Like for me, like inside bicep, top of the forearm, both sides was bad, and then tops of shoulders was bad.
Yeah, mine's here. Inside
was all right.
Yeah, that didn't bother me.
No problem at all. And elbows, everyone was like, oh, elbows are terrible. I pretty much got that elbow tattooed in, like coloured in.
Yeah.
Both of them, to be honest. Like I didn't think they were bad. They swelled up.
It depends how crispy you are. If you got real crispy elbows that look like the moon under a magnifying glass, do you know what I mean? Like a fucking, it's just all cracked. They're supple, mate. They're moisturised. That's it. You look after your elbows, it don't hurt.
I moisturise them with people's face sweat.
Yeah, that's kind of weird, dude. I moisturise it with people's souls.
Soul moisturiser. Yeah, man. I'm ready to get some more though. I've got so many more planned out. I do need to get the tiger finished.
Yeah.
And the thing is now, once that's done, then I've got the whole other thigh.
Yeah.
It's done.
And you can't be unbalanced.
Mm-mm. But now you see, I've finished the design for my back, so I think I want to get that done.
Yeah. See, I got loads until I lie there. It's like when we were in Vegas and Thomas Asher was doing my leg.
Yeah.
It's not even a big piece, but then you lie there and you're like, I've got enough tattoos to like justify my position in a tattoo world, if that makes sense. It's not like it's my first go. I don't know what I'm doing. I've had a few. So when I haven't had one for a while, I forget how much it hurts or how annoying it is. So he literally threw this into my leg in about an hour and a half, 2 hours. It was fucking ridiculous. But there was still bits that I was like, you know, when your toes curl to the point where you really need to squeeze down. But there's too many people in the room for there to be that much of a drastic movement for someone to go, is it hurting? That hurts, doesn't it? And especially when I got Mystery on the camera watching me and filming my reactions. And I'm like, I'm kind of baked. I'm a little bit buzzed. And I'm trying to fucking get through this 2 hours of tattoo. And it was, yeah, not nice.
Yeah, that's something else. That's something I have to, because like when we were in Vegas, we'd had a smoke before I went in and got the tattoo done. That makes it worse for me. The amount of people I've spoken to and they're like, oh yeah, no, I just have a smoke and get the tattoo done. It's better. It's not. It's like when you say like you can start feeling that bead of sweat.
Yeah,
like, that's from the beginning of the tattoo because I'm like, I can feel everything and yeah. Not pleasant. My spine's not going to be fun. That's the bit I'm getting done next. I'm having, yeah.
No, it's proper wank, and it's spine and collarbone, blech, horrible.